All right, business owners, local business owners specifically. This is how you get more business organic. This is how you make sure that your indirect marketing strategies are perfect. Your SEO, social media, etc. I'm gonna go over a few things, take some notes down, straight hop into it. So this is how you optimize your Google business profile, the most important thing. Everyone will talk about SEO until they can't breathe. SEO is important, but there's a lot of things that are making it less and less important as new artificial intelligence. There's a lot more things coming out that you just want to be aware of, but the thing that will never change, at least for the foreseeable future, is the importance of building your local business profile, your Google business profile. So let's look at a few right now. I live in Utah, so we're gonna look at some that are not as good and some that are good. So how do you make sure that your profile is good? Let's look at some plumbers. Why not? Actually, let's look at some landscapers. I do a lot of work with some landscapers. So let's look at some right here. So when people search, one, you have people who search landscapers near me, for example. So this is where websites will pop up and such like that. As you can see here, we have our sponsored section. These people pay money, Google guarantee, cost per, the pay-per-click. People pay money to be here, all right? Sometimes a lot, sometimes a little. It really depends because you're in direct competition against other businesses to win that click that someone's looking for, because you're bidding against other people to get those active buyers that are looking to be there. So that's why you show up here. And then if you scroll down, we have businesses right here. All these people, they don't pay a dime. These people do not pay a dime, and look how high they are on the search results. This is your Google business profile. That's why it's super, super, super important. And obviously under that you have Yelp, another search engine mostly used, like Apple Maps. Definitely make sure you have a Yelp profile. That's super huge. We'll go into more detail. That's called local citations. I recommend going Upwork. You can pay someone $30, $50 to get local citations and get like 40, 50 of them, or 40 or 50 of them. What it does is it just puts you on a lot of local search directories. Again, boost your presence, helps Google. Some people are like, oh yeah, but it knows if it's not authentic if someone does it for you. Whatever, it's important you get out there, get those extra backlinks. That helps a lot. So look up local citations on Upwork and it'll be huge for you. So now under these, you see people's actual websites, and people pay a lot of money with SEO just to pop up right here to make sure that their website's very optimized. And yeah, it's good, but you can see that just having an optimized Google business profile is way better, because look how high you show up. So what can you tell from these people as opposed to other ones? You can tell they have a lot of, they have good Google reviews and a lot of stars. So with landscaping, you're not going to see a ton of reviews on most scenarios, but usually people that have like hundreds of reviews in certain industries will show up higher than people that have like 10 or 20. With landscaping, they're usually bigger projects, not as much customers. So that's why they still show up really high for being like 7 years in business and also not having a lot of reviews. So now let's go into it. So one thing I'd say, like I said, I was going before, make sure you show up on a lot of local directories like Yelp and everything else. But now let's get into the actual Google business profile itself. So here, we're going to Miguel Landscaping. This is what it looks like. So first and foremost, make sure you have photos uploaded. And I know this sounds really like obvious, straightforward, but a lot of people do not do it. So make sure you have some photos. Ideally, you have some photos of people smiling. Google sees this, they scan the photos, people smiling in it, like your team. Make sure to post photos like that. Like, yes, this is good to have some work in it, but make sure if you can put some pictures of your team smiling like this, perfect. Google loves it. That's number one. Number two is this right here, landscaper. Make sure a lot of people I see do not have the right category. Make sure you're in the right category. And some people put a lot of different categories. You just want one category, because if not, you're going to be competing in all these different ones, and Google doesn't know which one that you actually are or want to be. So only choose one category, but then you can go in and choose list as many services as you want. As you make a Google business profile, you'll be able to see how many services you put in. You can put as many as you want that you offer, but only have one category, or like business category. That'll be huge for you. Two, with reviews, make sure, one thing I'm seeing here, he doesn't reply to any of his reviews. Google loves when you reply to your reviews, and also when you do review it, you can even put in keywords like good job, or I appreciate you liked our excellent service, or thank you for giving your review about our landscaping and great paver job. We know it looks really nice. You can even add in different keywords that just show Google, give it even more to work off, that you're a reputable business to do a really good job. Like I said, Miguel's Landscaping is still killing it and how he pops up, but I think you can definitely reply to his reviews to show Google that you interact with his customers and definitely get a little bit of a boost. I was looking at some studies, and about like 33% of like your online SEO profile and business is attributed to like reviews, like your Google business profile. So you want to do like every little bit counts in this regard to help get, because even if you just get an extra one search or client a month, it's huge, absolutely huge, especially in landscaping where they can get thousands and thousands of dollars. All right, next. Another thing I see a lot of people don't have is they don't have an address. So when you have an address, it allows for people that are closer to you to actually be able to search you and pop up on the Google Maps. A lot of people have like the big, long range of like a range of an area in their that they serve, but they don't have an address. This still works good, and people can still find you, but not as easily in the Google's Maps pack. Which, going back to this, is this section right here. You want to make sure you show up on there. So if you can, get the address, do the Google video verification. Sometimes it can be pretty tedious, but I wouldn't worry about it. Sometimes they'll reject you. If they reject you, just post any documents that you have of your EIN number. It's really easy. I've like helped three people get unsuspended this week, but it'll be huge to have your address there because people can find you easier. And again, just shows Google that you're local. Awesome. Number 2, obviously, I have a website here where people can click on and easily leave their information. Quick little, we'll go into a quick little website masterclass. As you can see here, something that's huge that I always recommend is have a number easy to call. Here he does, people can easily call it because most people are going to be on their phones. So make sure your number is easy to call. They can tap on it as easy as possible. I also recommend having a survey or form that they can fill out. This is okay because you can click it and then it comes here, but I definitely recommend just have it already populated here and then they can easily leave their information. And then honestly, all of this is good. This is good. Reviews, try to have more reviews. You can even plug in a Google widget, your Google review widget, to have those pop up. But make sure you have testimonials and some pictures. That's all you really need. Testimonials, pictures, and a place that they can get in contact with you. Biggest thing. Everything else, honestly, is pretty redundant. Next thing is make sure you have a local number to your area. Google likes this as well. You can get them a local business number very easily and then forward it to your real number. It's always not a problem. And I'm assuming most people, you already have your local number in your area. So not a huge deal, but also make sure that they can message it. Google likes if it's a text messageable number, like not a landline. It also helps because then like just be able to send Google right it allows Google to funnel them to get in contact with you. Like you have to imagine, Google's a $1 billion business. They want people to continue using their search engine because that's how they get money from revenue, all sorts of things. So they want to make sure they take people to the best businesses because then people will continue going back to them to ask questions about businesses in their area. So that's why they reward businesses like this that do a good job. Another thing you can do as well, you can add videos to your Google business profile. Also really big. A lot of people do not add videos. You can do that as well. And you can also repost your reviews. And also, just like Instagram and other social media platforms, you can actually post on your Google business profile, something that you can definitely do. And you only need to do it like once or twice a week, and it can make a big improvement on it. All right, here's someone that I help with certain stuff. They're a dermatology clinic. They're great. But as you can see here, one thing that we can add for them is social profiles. You want to make sure your social profiles are here because it connects, again, all these platforms. It just gives more. It just shows Google. The more you can have that come back to this linking, it just boosts your reputation with Google a lot more. So make sure to update that here. I thought I did already. Look at that. I have things to work on myself. Again, you get your service hour. Make sure your business hours are here. But again, as you can see here, one business category, good description, and then we don't even have services here, but then you can have as many services that you want. Not service area. I'm not sure where it's at actually. Sorry, so going back, this is what I mean. Look, primary category, dermatologist. You want one, going back to what I was saying, and then here you can add as many services as you want. We don't. Doesn't really matter, but we're killing it with the reviews. We're balling. So, like I said, those are the biggest things I would say to focus on. Make sure those few things that I outlined in this video are good to go, and you can just follow along with your profile. I promise are the biggest impact because what you're doing is you're building a digital asset that as you continue to grow your business, get more reviews, add more things to it, it just becomes more and more and more. You just continue to add to that foundation that will continue giving you free leads because people will be able to find you easier and see that you're a reputable source in their local area. Implement it, try it out, and optimize that Google business profile.